Hello everybody, this is Korean Law A to Z. This is your attorney, Jiwon Lee. In our previous video, I introduced some of the features of civil lawsuit and criminal lawsuit through Korean legal system, and there were some questions from the viewers asking basic steps in real civil cases. So today, before we talk about the actual cases, I would like to introduce how to proceed with a civil lawsuit in Korea. In Korea, civil lawsuits begin when a plaintiff files a lawsuit in the court. The plaintiff may pursue any claim, but of course, there has to be a certain reason behind it in order to win the case. The plaintiff must state the name and address of the defendant in the document. When the plaintiff does not have much information about the defendant, then he or she still should state as much information as possible and follow the correction from the court. When the plaintiff files a lawsuit in the court sends the copy of the lawsuit to the defendant by registered mail, which means a mailman will visit the defendant in person and deliver the copy of the lawsuit. Upon receiving the copy of the lawsuit, the civil law in Korea states that the defendant must submit the written response within 2 weeks. However, 2 weeks notice is not mandatory, so it doesn't matter if you take longer time to review the lawsuit and appoint a litigation representative. In addition, Korean civil law system adopted an electronic litigation system, so every procedure can be done on the internet. You'd wonder how long does it take the lawsuit to go through. It varies case by case, but generally it takes around 2 months for the court to have its first hearing. After the first hearing, the court proceeds each case on a monthly basis in general, which means the parties of their representation must attend on the date of argument every month. If there's not many legal issues to be reviewed, then there will be an instant ruling by the court, which takes only a couple of months to 6 months in the maximum. But if both sides raise too many legal issues against one another, it will probably take a year for the judge to rule on the case because the case would include an examination of the witnesses, a review for technical evidence or testimony from the appraiser, and more. Overall, for civil lawsuits, it takes quite a lot of time for the cases to be ruled, so you need to be patient while you are in the progress. One thing you should keep in mind before filing a civil lawsuit, or if you are one who is drawn into a lawsuit as a defendant in Korea, is that every procedure requires a certain paperwork in order to make a proper legal argument in front of the judge. Each party should present their arguments written in Korean. So, these are the very basic information of how to proceed with a civil lawsuit in Korea. As a reminder, every case requires different legal strategies and tactics since it's all different. If you have any question regarding a specific case, please contact down below and I will be available to help you. Again, this is your attorney, Jiwon Lee. Thank you for watching.